Check 1, 2. Hi, my name is Edward Hazel, and I'm going to be your host for today. The song that we're listening to is called Got Caught in Amsterdam. Okay, so here we go. Today I'm just going to be sharing with you a couple of things that I've learned recently on my adventures, and so I suppose I should tell you about where I've been adventuring. I recently worked on a film set here in Cape Town. I'm currently staying at a friend's place. He's a doctor of botany. Thanks, Dave, if you're watching or listening. So I've been interested in photography for a really long time, and since I was a little kid, I picked up a camera, a Kodak DX6490. I think my folks still have it in their games cupboard. Maybe one of my nieces will get into photography with the same camera. And yeah, so I picked up that camera and I took a photo of a flower on a table, and then I moved the flower and I took another photo keeping the camera in the same place, and I took another photo and I kept on moving the flower, and after a little while I had a little animation of a flower moving around by itself, and this fascinated me, that I could make something unreal happen in front of your eyes that was seemingly real. And that was, I think, the moment when I fell in love with time-lapse and stop-motion photography. That fascination kind of continued through the years, and eventually at some point I started taking a couple of photos of a local estate agent's properties, and it kind of progressed. At some point I took some photographs for a graduation ceremony, and then most recently now I've done some like behind the scenes footage, not an official behind the scenes, but I was working as a production assistant on a advertisement, on an advert, as we call it, and yeah, I had the opportunity to interact with some amazing people and take some video footage and take some photographs, and it's something that really appeals to me because you get to interact with people in a different way. You get to see the world in a different way, and I think perspective is a really critical thing, or very important. Perspective is it's like a paradigm almost, and I think when offered a new paradigm, sometimes it can shift our thinking and shift the way that we feel so dynamically, in the sense that it can give us hope, or it can liberate us. And I think that's a little bit of what film does for me. It inspires awe, I think, is probably one of the first things, but it also gives you an opportunity to interact with people in a different way. Because if you were just kind of walking around and looking at what people are doing, they'd kind of think you're a bit weird, which I am, but I think in the process of taking photographs, it allows you that opportunity to take a closer look at things, and that's really important to me. I like having a perspective shift. I like seeing things from up here or down here, and it changes the way that you experience life. And I think a fresh take sometimes is like that saying, variety is a spice of life. Sometimes seeing things from a different perspective, it gives you a new take, and that keeps life feeling fresh and new. And I think everyone wants to feel fresh and new. It's not nice to feel old and stagnant. It's nice to feel fresh and new. So yeah, photography has done that for me. So I don't know if there is anyone who's watching who has really engaged in photography much in their own light, but if not, pick up your smartphone, borrow a camera from someone, climb down on the floor and take a picture of a bench, a flower from down below, a grasshopper from up above. Just look at things, climb up a ladder, climb up onto the roof, crawl on the ground, just find new ways to look at things. It can really shift your life experience for the better. So that's pretty much all I have to say for today. Thank you very much for tuning in. This is just a little short touch base of 5 minutes approximately, and yeah, tune in again next episode. Have a lovely day further, and cheers.